This week's episode of Pole 5 is brought to you by Coochie's Barbershop, located in Cold Bay, and the new drink in the supermarket called Fresher.
I've never been to St. Martin before. Ever, ever. Not in my own personal life, and certainly not for work. And when Miss Brown asked me, would I come to St. Martin? You know, it's often said that the High Commissioners stay in Trinidad and Tobago and we don't leave. We don't visit Jamaicans elsewhere. We don't go and face the audience and answer questions. And I said this would be an opportune time for me to represent the government of Jamaica here with you this evening. And can I tell you, Uno look good. I love the Jamaicanness. I love the colors. And can I tell you, the national anthem sounded good, didn't it? It sounded really, really good. And every time I hear the anthem, I remember that it really is a prayer. Exactly. And it's a beautiful prayer. And that is why even when we're not invited to sing, I sing like crazy because it sounds so good. You know, so I want to just say thank you so much for having me here with you today. And, you know, through Miss Brown's permission, I will take a few questions after I've done the speech because I know you have questions for me. And if Miss Brown will facilitate, I am happy to answer the questions that you may have. But let us just set some rules. Anybody who comes at me, my chest is broad. Never you forget that, okay? I look forward to all the activities that are on lineup today. This is a very important event, the commemoration, again, of Jamaica's emancipation. It is of utmost importance for me to travel here to St. Martin to celebrate with you and to see to several other matters as well. Firstly, to view the new Jamaican consulate and for me to demonstrate support for our new honorary consul. It was also important for me to be here to engage with my fellow Jamaicans face to face in a country you have chosen to call home. Because at the end of the day, no matter where you live, you're Jamaicans, and as such, I have to come and meet you. I'm here also to reiterate Jamaica's interest in strengthening relations between Jamaica and St. Martin. I'm using this opportunity of being here to also discuss matters relating to consular services and to ensure that the needs of both the consulate and the welfare of our Jamaicans are met. The voices of our Jamaicans in the diaspora is taken seriously by the Jamaican government, so I extend gratitude to our honorary consul and the St. Peter's Community Center for organizing and facilitating me as a representative of Jamaica today. Ms. Brown, I reiterate my support and appreciation for you, being a conduit for the services that you will provide that are essential for assisting in strengthening the bonds between Jamaica and St. Martin and providing support for a Jamaican community. And it is important for me to say this, is free labor. She's doing this out of the kindness of her heart. Let us never forget that. No, it is important for Jamaicans to understand. You may not like everything that you see and that you hear, but no matter where you are Jamaican first and foremost, and we'll look out for you. And I'm a newly appointed High Commissioner, just since October last year. And as I said, this is my first trip to St. Martin. And you didn't have an honorary consul before. If you don't have an honorary consul, it's hard for us to know exactly what is happening. And being here since yesterday, I've realized that St. Martin needs some attention. The Jamaican community needs some attention. We have some stateless people here. And as I've said to Ms. Brown, I would like for her to send me a list of the Jamaicans who have been having problems with PICA, whether it's for their citizenship or their passports. And we're going to do what we can to see what the problem is. It's not fair to you. It's not fair to Jamaicans. No, the process might be long and arduous, but we're going to start it and we're going to talk to you while we're doing it. So you don't have to wonder what is happening, any at all. Because it is important for you to know that whether you live on the shores of Jamaica or you have selected somewhere else to call home, you're Jamaicans first. And in this country, where when you give birth to your children, they have to take your nationality, it means we have to respond to you in a much better way. And I'm standing here this evening and I'm making a commitment that we will work with PICA to see how best we can get this process going. What I've found in the short time since I've been appointed to the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago is that quite often two things happen with applications. One, something is wrong with it. Something is missing from it. And so it's cast aside versus them communicating so that we can inform the applicant. And the second issue, quite often, they pick up something that they consider to be fraud. If they consider something as being fraudulent, PICA has to investigate it. Because we have had cases where people who are not Jamaicans pretend to be Jamaicans. We have even had people being deported to Jamaica who are not Jamaicans, but they practice the Jamaican accent in prison because that's where they want to go. So sometimes when you see the delays for deportation, it's because Jamaica is investigating to be sure that the person who wants to go back to Jamaica or who is being sent back is actually Jamaican. Because something fishy where most prisoners can't find them passport. You know? So we're here to serve you. And I know you must have heard of some of the changes that we've made. For example, we no longer accept passports from agents. Apply directly. We no longer accept passport applications from agents. Couple of reasons, and I'll address it here since none of you have any questions. I'll address the issue because I know it is one that concerns some people. So how are we going to get our passport? How are you going to get your passport? Apply. It is as simple as that. There is nothing arduous that is in the process. Because quite often, most of those that PICA have held on to has come from agents through us. You know why? A lot of the agents don't follow the rules as to what needs to be done. And when it gets to Kingston, it is rejected, or we reject it from the High Commission in Trinidad and Tobago. So, guys, there's a consular phone where you can WhatsApp the High Commission now. You have Miss Brown here, free of cost. All you're paying is your passport fee and your consul fee. Go to Miss Brown's office. That is what she's there for. What is she there for? To assist with consul matters. And that includes if a Jamaican is in prison, whether or not the person is guilty is not your business and is not my business. The business of the work is that it's a Jamaican. Those are the things. And Miss Brown knows, and if she don't remember, I can be awoken at any hour of the night because my salary is being paid by the taxpayers' money of Jamaica. So I have to always be on duty. So I want you to understand that. I've been woken up at 4 o'clock because in Trinidad and Tobago, a man is held. He was drugged by somebody and they won't let him on the flight. We're going to go and assist. I have personally gone to the prison to visit prisoners. To the point where on Friday I'm stepping out of the office and a man just ran and hugged me. It's a dangerous thing, you know, because it shouldn't have happened. But he ran and hugged me and my natural instinct is to hug him back because we're Jamaicans. And he said, thank you. Thank you, HC, because they shorten it quite often and just call me HC. And I know I know the face, but I didn't remember where I know him from. But in my line of work, you can't go on like you don't know people, you know. So I just smiled back and hoped he would speak. And he spoke and he said he was just released from prison a few days before. And I came to prison with toilet paper, toothpaste. Him say I never carry any toothbrush, but when him asked me why I never carry any toothbrush, I said I don't want them shave it down and kill anybody in the prison. I didn't even remember. But the simple act of going to visit him and listening to his case and providing guidance to the point where he's now out of prison, he felt he had to come to the offices and run and give me a big hug before anybody around me could stop him. And I'm happy they didn't, because he meant no harm. And it's just a simple act. Yesterday, myself and Miss Brown went to visit the ombudsman here, just to say thank you for the help they have been giving to Jamaicans. Because they write to us from time to time, and we provide a solution. So sometimes it's just the little things that you do. It's not the big things. It's the little tiny things that matter. And as I sit here and I look at this room of beautiful people wearing the green, black and gold, my heart feels full. Absolutely full. So I've talked it out a lot now, so any questions? Yes. You want the mic? Okay. Go ahead.
Happy emancipation, everyone. All right.
Emancipendence.
Emancipendence.
Yes.
Okay, good. My question, if two Jamaicans are here and they have a child, the child is naturally Jamaican, but if they have been naturalized to Dutch, the child is not eligible for Jamaican citizenship.
Who told you that?
I have two grandchildren who I am going through that process right
The parents are Jamaicans?
The parents are Jamaican, grandparents Jamaican, children born here, parents naturalized here.
Who told you that?
Um,
And first of all, let me just say this clearly. A lot of people believe that there's not a process to get Jamaican citizenship. There actually is a process. So when you say they naturally are entitled, yes, but it's a process. So remember that, people. I don't know of them being naturalized, meaning they're not entitled to their Jamaican citizenship.
the parents have to give up their Jamaican
Different. Okay. Okay, so a couple of things. If you give up your Jamaican citizenship, no, your children wouldn't be entitled to it because you're not Jamaican. But they can get it, but they can get it through the grandparents. And it is a process. Please just ask Miss Brown to send it to me. I have committed. When I leave here tomorrow, I'm going on leave for 1 week. And I'm back in the office by the 18th. Once I'm back in office, I'm giving an entire day to Pika and St. Martin. So just talk to Miss Brown, get the list together. I've said to her, Pika has a new head. I am seen as miserable, but it's so the work go. And it's all right. It's better you call me miserable than some of the other things you could call people, right? I can live with that. So what I would love from Miss Brown is the names, the date they applied, their birth date, and what they applied for. Because for some people it's passport, for some people it's citizenship. But I'm telling you, quite often it falls under two categories. Documents missing or fraud is suspected. So what we have to do now, and what I'm suggesting the first time Ms. Brown is hearing this, is that we sort of do it where I connect her on the call so she hears and learns, because she's also brand new. She's brand new in this position. And so we can work out some of the kinks. Because it saddens my heart to know we have stateless people right now who are entitled to Jamaican citizenship. And we really need to help. Now, I know that there are some cases where the person has become an adult, or them and the parent don't get along, and the parent Can I just say this to you? When you give birth, when you have a child, even if you and that child don't get along, we have a saying in Jamaica, don't blighten them future. Don't do it. Because those are the things that goes against who we are as a people, and it goes against God and his teachings. So even if you help that child and don't ever speak to them again, you do it with a clean conscience. You know what my mother always said to me? She don't want any reason where she feel dead and can't dead because her conscience not clear. Or we're worthless. And so she's afraid that we're going to even more worthless if she dead. Help your children because they need your signature to get. So even if you don't like the people because they're wicked and evil, soften your heart. Help them and then vex with them again after that. But if you know your conscience and you'd be doing God's work and you'll be treating a fellow human being good. All right, any other question? I see a hand back there. Is that a child stretching? Oh, okay. Any other questions for me? But get the names into Miss Brown. And let me take this opportunity to encourage you to register as a Jamaican living in St. Martin. I'll tell you a little secret. You see those students who were in Ukraine, who went there for med school, and Jamaica had to rescue them? Let me tell you this. They never knew they'd be in trouble one day and need help. Nobody not trying to track you. Nobody not trying to get into your business. It is just so we know where to find Jamaicans. You live on an island, tsunami can come. If we never know that you're here, you can register in the back. By registering in the back, Mr. Cameraman, if you don't get anything else, I get this part. By registering in the back, you're giving permission to be registered as a Jamaican living here. And if after tonight, tell the other Jamaicans, she has a QR code that you can scan, Miss Brown, and it will go into the registration. We need to know where our Jamaicans are. Don't wait till you need help. Do it from now. All right? So thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much for welcoming me. And thank you so much for being amazing, amazing, amazing people. Give yourselves a big round of applause.